This is one of my most favorite videos that I get to record during a new set release. What is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. We are at Tuesday, September 10th. So we're 3 days away from the release of the next main series Pokemon card set, which is Stellar Crown. Lots of really cool cards in Stellar Crown. I've opened up a lot of it already. I do have the master set complete. Come back Thursday if you want your chance to win that. We give away a master set of every new release. So Thursday is going to be the video that you want to pay attention to. Make sure you're subscribed and then watch Thursday's video. We're going to give you all the information for your opportunity to win a master set of Stellar Crown. It actually wasn't that bad, but a lot of interesting data and a lot of interesting things that you're actually going to see in this video, because normally, so we opened up 20 boxes to make this video, 20 boxes of Stellar Crown, and then I've got a little slideshow that shows all the hits as well as prices that correspond with those hits, all the ultra rares, so that way you can see what prices look like right now at a pre-order setting. Normally, when I record this video, it's going to be about a week after release, and we'll start paying attention to the things that really dropped and how far things have fallen. And it's no surprise that prices usually crash after a new set releases, right? Like, obviously, supply hits, demand isn't necessarily there for every card, and once Friday hits and these prices go live on TCG Player for anybody to really start throwing their cards up there, that's where you see a lot of movement. And sometimes it's really interesting to see how far something drops, because paying attention to those price drops really will help you predict the longevity, the collectability, the playability of certain cards, because it showcases the demand of all these cards as more and more supply hits the market. So if I'm going to flip you guys around here real quick, just so you can see, right now on TCG Player, all the cards are listed, and it's really interesting to look at some of these prices right now, and we will screenshot all of these on Friday, so that way we get a good understanding of where prices start on opening day, and then we'll review how far these prices drop about a week after release, because sometimes you'll have sets like Battle Styles where cards drop 70-80%, and then sometimes you have sets like Paradox Rift, where a week after release there were a lot of cards that were actually going the opposite direction. It's always very interesting to watch, but you're looking at Terapagos right around 150 and Lacey right around 111. Those are the two most expensive cards in the set. I don't think that they're going to hold quite at that price. Maybe Terapagos will, because it's such a cool special illustration rare, but also at the same time it is very playable, and depending on how well it does at like Louisville, that could play an impact in things. You've got the Squirtle illustration rare at 48.54. This is the big stadium right here. So this is the hyper rare area 0 under depths. Right now the hyper rare, the gold card, selling for about $45. The Bulbasaur selling for about $42. But just looking at the price from top to bottom, and then what we did is we took 20 booster boxes and we posted every single booster box hits on a PowerPoint presentation, and then we put all the prices that correspond with each card on it. And I really like to go through all of these prices and pay a lot of attention to see what things look like. And this is really the only time it makes sense to open up a large amount of product, because a lot of times a lot of storefronts who do open up product will be able to take advantage of things like pre-order pricing and pre-order singles and things like that. This market price is really only set once sales start happening. So for the most part, sales have happened on just about every single ultra rare in the set, with the exception of, like, I think it's the Full Art Medicham, which didn't have any sales yet. So no market price was established on that one. But if we look through here and you look at the rare cards, you know, hovering right around $1, this is the one I really want to pay attention to, the Area 0 Under Depths. This is the one that if you partner up with Terapagos or with a Terra Pokemon, it lets you increase your bench size to 8, which will be very interesting. Right now it's hovering right around $1, but you can see the amount of listings is fairly low. I think a lot of people are going to want to try out Terapagos just to see how it does, but that's really the only trainer card that makes a whole lot of sense right now. There are a few other ones that are kind of on the border right now, but we'll be able to see those as we move forward, as we start looking at the set and more competitive decks are built and things like that. This is our website over here. I don't have any cards up for pre-order. It's literally just Stellar Crown booster boxes and Stellar Miracle booster boxes right now. It's great. If you're a storefront who likes to take advantage of pre-order pricing, now is the time, obviously, to do it. A week before release, you open up a lot of products. If you're on like Burbank City Gym on Facebook or anything like that, you see storefronts, store owners, people with access to large amounts of product posting their cards from Stellar Crown like crazy, because they are trying to sell right away to take advantage of the higher their pre-order prices. Some of these cards are not going to stick anywhere near these prices, but for some reason FOMO really gets the best of people and they start paying, you know, larger prices. You look at the Sparkling Crystal, for example. This is just an A spec currently selling at a market price of about $8. This is going to drop to below, I mean, it's going to be a $2 card within a week. You know, it's going to drop very, very hard. Same thing with a lot of these other cards. You might see some of the illustration rares start to trickle back up, but even like double rares like Lapras EX selling for about $5.50, $6 right now. Those are going to be, there's going to be a ton of supply out there, and demand is going to fall because there's just going to be an overwhelming amount of supply. So this is going to be, you know, a $2 card in a week. So people trying to take advantage of those pre-order pricing. Obviously, I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good at taking advantage of pre-order pricing. We open up a lot of cards, but I don't really like putting up the pricing until a set releases and things stabilize a little bit. It's just, it's too confusing and it's too much work to try and keep up with everything. So leaving a lot of money on the table right now. But I thought it would be interesting to do this when you may have seen like this type of video before on this channel. I thought it would make a lot more sense to do this when prices were high. So that way, if you've ever considered doing a storefront before, or maybe you want to save this video and just take like a look back at some of these videos and look at what the market price has established, you know, a week after release, and you can see where Crispin is right now at $13. Like that's going to be, you know, a $4 card in a week. So then kind of looking and comparing like, oh, this booster box used to be completely busted, but now it looks like it's not even worth opening at all. And that's really what it is. Like obviously opening up Pokemon cards is a ton of fun, and it's something that you should enjoy. Look at the artwork, look at the attacks, have a lot of fun with it, but don't ever expect to get your value out of it. Like that's just not going to happen. So that's why we always talk about the fun costs and things like that. So we're going to go through these 20 boxes relatively quickly so you can see what things look like if you're opening up these from a pre-order standpoint. Now it's worth noting that these total values down here, this does not include anything as far as shipping costs, as far as taxes, as far as supplies. So even if you sell all these cards, if you find a new home for all of these cards, yeah, this box has a value of about $191, but that's not including expenses or things like that. So that's also important and worth noting. Right now, this is pre-order pricing, obviously going to be much, much higher than what things look like in about a week. But you can see Crispin, Hydrapple EX, that's the special illustration rare right up there. This booster box was very, very good. Obviously, it had one special illustration rare and one gold card, one hyper rare, which is Area Zero Underdepths. That one's currently selling for about $45. And then you've got the Hydrapple full art currently at about $11. It only had two illustration rares, and this is what's going to be a very interesting thing to track. And we'll have full pull rate information in this upcoming Friday's video, so that way you can make the best decision when it comes to spending your collecting dollars. But there were several boxes that we opened that only had two illustration rares, several boxes that we opened that only had one A-Spec. Now, it also is worth noting that there's only 3 A-Specs in the set, and I believe there's only 11 illustration rares, somewhere around that number, so there are far less. But typically, even with a set like Obsidian Flames, which was significantly smaller, you would still get 3 illustration rares per box. So it's very interesting and definitely worth noting as you make a decision whether or not you want to open up your booster box or if you want to purchase a booster box or anything like that. So we did pull the Joltik, we did pull the Laleep. Joltik currently selling for $10, the Laleep currently selling for $7. Deluxe Bomb A-Spec is all the way down to $3 already, and like we said, Sparkling Crystal before, that one is the most expensive A-Spec of the set right now, currently selling for $8. Everything else, for the most part, you're looking at about $2 with the exception of Hydrapple. That basic EX, that double rare, is selling for $4. Lapras EX is selling for $6. And then the Venusaur EX currently at $3. And the Galvantula as well, currently selling for $6. I will say the Terra Pokemon cards in this set are very, very cool. I love the outline, the rainbow, very, very neat. Definitely something worth checking out if you haven't looked at them already. I have not been a huge fan of the Terra Pokemon in the past, but they look way better with this set with Stellar Crown moving forward. So that's very exciting. Box number 2, there is one of those Terra Pokemon right at the top there. That's the Galvantula full art. That one is currently selling for $3. It's right next to the full art Briar, which is currently at $11. And then you've got the Donut Dog currently selling for $3 right now. So very, very inexpensive for that one. Your 2 A-Specs again are Deluxe Bomb and Sparkling Crystal. Again, only 2 illustration rares in this box. So you've got the Archalodon, whatever you call it. I can't even say it. The Duraludon that starts with an arch instead, currently selling for $8. And then the Squirtle, which is the most expensive illustration rare in the set, currently at $48. Then you've got all the basic double rares in the bottom. I did put $10 for your bulk and codes. You might be able to get a little bit more of that from that, especially once a set releases. But in total, you're looking at about $122 in value from that box. Here's another special illustration rare right at the top there. There's the Donut Dog. That one currently selling for $34. Then we've got a full art Kofu at $7 and an Orthworm full art, which is all already down to bulk pricing at $2. Your two ace specs are Sparkling Crystal and Grand Tree. Grand Tree currently selling for $6, so that's the middle of the road ace spec right now. And then two illustration rares, Lilip, currently selling for $7, and Joltik we've already had at $10. Nothing really worth noting in the bottom section except for the Terapagos. This is going to be the big one to watch because this is a basic, a double rare that is worth $20 currently, and it's going to swing up and down all over the place. And again, it's really going to depend on how well it does. We've seen basic EXs before, or double rares do extremely well in the past. We've had issues in instances like Mewtwo and Mew tag team, the Zacian V, for example. That one sprouted up like crazy. Charizard EX, when Obsidian Flames first came out, that regular art was selling for $15 to $20. Even cards that are more recent like Iron Hands and the Teal Mask Ogerpon, which have done really well. So if Terapagos does really well, it might stay between $15 and $20. Pheasantipity held really well for a while after Shrouded Fable came out. So that's the one you really want to watch when it comes to those regular arts. When you have those double rares that have a little bit of value associated with it, it makes a booster box way more fun to open because you know that the likelihood of you pulling a double rare is much higher than pulling any of these other categories of rarity right here. As you can see, there's 7 double rares in this booster box alone. So Terapagos selling at $20 definitely gives you that fun cost a little bit more, brings that fun cost down a little bit. Then you've got the Greninja EX currently selling for $3. In total, $121 for that booster box. This box was absolutely loaded. Tons of hits in this one, including 3 illustration rares, including a special illustration rare, including a hyper rare. This is really the box you want. If you would have gotten a Squirtle in this box, it would have been even better. $323 is the total value of this one, even with the Medicham at the top there, that full art bringing the box down quite a bit. Crispin currently selling for $13, the Galvantula at $13, but we also pulled the Area Zero hyper rare. That one's currently selling for $45, and the Terapagos EX special illustration rare currently selling for $150. The Archaludon currently at $8. The Bulbasaur is currently selling for $42. That's the second most expensive illustration rare in the set. And then the Crabominable currently selling for $9. Everything else on the bottom we've already covered. Box number 4 or 5, I can't even remember which one. Nothing really great in this box. The Galvantula at the top, and we've got a couple of bulk full arts up there as well. Sparkling Crystal and Grand Tree are ace specs, and then 3 illustration rares, with one of them being new, which is the Turtonator. That one currently selling for $11. In total, you're looking at about $93 in value for this box. Next box is just one gold card, one hyper rare. So again, gone are the days where you're guaranteed to get either a special illustration rare or hyper rare. Obviously, this box had nothing. This box only had one hyper rare, which was the Area Zero. Definitely helps out the box's value a lot. $45 on that one. Then you've got the Hydrapple as well. This is our first appearance of the Zero Aura. That one currently selling for $17. And then you've got the Gulpin as well with the birthday cake. That one looks really cool. Currently selling for $9. We also did pull a Terapagos in this one at $20, but only one ace spec. That's it. So just the Deluxe Bomb. Only one ace spec in this one, so definitely different than what we're used to with pretty much getting 2 ace specs in every single box. The next box, nothing really worth noting at the top there. We did pull a Zero Aura illustration rare, our first appearance of the Reboot. That one currently selling for $8. We did not get a Terapagos, and only 5 regular arts at the bottom there. Lots of hit range variance here. Like there's the smallest box I think that we opened, we only got 10 hits, and then we had boxes that had 16 hits. So a huge variance in the seeding on a lot of these booster boxes. 3 illustration rares in this one. 5 double rares. Like I said, Reboot, I think, is the only new one really worth noting. Here's the Lapras EX full art. Very cool looking card. This one might have a little bit of staying power just because it does look so cool, and Lapras historically is a very cool, popular Pokemon that a lot of people like to collect. That one currently selling for $12. Other than that, you've got the Crispin. We did pull a Bulbasaur in this one as well, so that one adds value of $42. And then we did have our first appearance of the Meditite illustration rare. That one currently moving at $10. We did pull a double rare Terapagos as well. Helps out the overall value of the box, so you're looking at about $138 in value on this box. Next box, our first appearance of the Cinderace EX. That one currently selling for $10. We did pull a full art Lacey in this one at $12, and our first appearance of the Gold Bravery Charm as well. That one currently selling for $24, so not bad. A Bravery Charm is not going to be too terrible. It's probably not going to be as good as like Buddy Buddy Poffin and Earthen Vessel, those gold cards that we've had over the last couple of sets, but Bravery Charm still a fairly competitive card if people want want to upgrade their decks to play something that's a little bit more blinged out, Bravery Charm should hold okay. Then you've got Reboot, Metatite, and Bulbasaur as our illustration rares. Only 5 double rares, nothing really worth noting on that one. You're looking at a total value of about $156 on that one. The next box a little bit lower, only about $25 in value on this one. 6 double rares at the bottom. Nothing really worth noting. The Galvantula has a little bit of value at $6 for our illustration rares. We've got the Ledian in there. That's the first time we've seen that one. That one currently selling for about $9. And then your 3 full arts at the top, Medicham, Briar, and Galvantula. The next box, we do have our first appearance of the special illustration rare Briar. This is one of the cheaper ones in the set and should fall pretty far, especially after release. That one currently selling for $44. The Donut Dog at $3, and then the full art Lacey currently at $12. Only 2 illustration rares in this box, the Gulpin and the Ledian, and again, only 5 double rares in this box right here. Nothing really worth noting there. Only about $113 in value. Next box, only $90 in value on this one, and that's with having that double rare Terapagos at $20 at the bottom. Our full arts weren't great. Kofu $7, Orthworm $2, and Cinderace at $10. Only one ace spec again, so just the deluxe bomb on that one. Milcery is our illustration at $7, and then the Joltik and the Reboot, so only $90 in value on that one. The next box, much better, but again, it's very much impacted by the special illustration rare Terapagos, currently selling at $150. Then we also had the Cinderace, the Orthworm, and the Briar for our full arts. Again, only one ace spec in this one as well, the Giant Tree. Nothing really new in the illustration rares. The Leap currently selling for $7, and then our bottom row, you can see 7 double rares in this, so another big variance number where we just looked at a box that had 5 double rares. This one has 7, including the Terapagos at $20, so your total value on this box is about $251, so very strong. One of our worst boxes right here, I think I put this one up on Twitter. It did have the Terapagos at the bottom, which helped out a lot. That one $20 in value right there, but only one ace spec and only 2 illustration rares in this box. So just the Leap, the Joltik, and the Grand Tree ace spec, and our full arts were just Lacey and Medicham. No gold card, no special illustration rare. Typically you're going to get 3 full arts, but we only got 2, so our total value on this one, and this is with pre-order pricing, is a loss, only at $81. Next week this is probably going to be about a $50 box. It's going to fall very far, very fast, so only about $81 for that one. Next box, we're looking at $162. This is impacted by the Hydrapple EX special illustration rare, so that's the second time we've seen that one. $59 on that card. The Lapras, the Briar, the Orthworm, nothing really worth noting in the illustration rare section that is new. We've only pulled one ace spec in this one with the Grand Tree. Another Terapagos helps a lot, bringing our total value for this box to $162. This one right here, you're looking at a total value of about $127. We've got the full art Lacey, we've got the Hydrapple full art, and we've got the Cinderace, so 3 double-digit value cards. Very normal when it comes to the illustration rares and the ace specs. The Bulbasaur helps out a lot with a $42 value on that one. Only 5 double rares, and pretty much all of them bulk pricing except for the Galvantula. Total value on this one about $127. This one's a little bit bigger, $216, but it's impacted greatly by the special illustration rare Lacey. So this is the first time we've seen that card. $112 is the value on that one currently. And we also pulled a gold one in this box as well. $24 on that Bravery Charm. Only 2 illustration rares in this box, just the Turtonator and the Milcery, but we did have 2 ace specs and then 5 double rares. Total value in this box $216. Here's our worst box of all. This is only a $64 box. The Medicham full art at $2, the Kofu at $7. We did pull 3 illustration rares, Reboot, Crabominable, and Joltik, with Joltik being the most expensive card in the entire box, only selling for about $10, and then 5 double rares on the bottom, bringing our total value for this box $64, and that's with pre-order pricing. You got to figure this would probably go down to about a $50 box very quickly after the set releases. Next box, only about $87 on this one. Again, another box with no gold and no special illustration rare. You've got the Cinderace at the top at $10 and the Briar at $11. Everything else pretty much single digits. We did pull 3 illustration rares, including that Gulpin, which is pretty cool at $9, 2 ace specs, and then just 6 double rares, but no Terapagos. Total value on this one only about $87. Next box, $97 on this total. total value. You've got the Donut Dog, the Briar, and the Lapras at the top. Only 2 illustration rares in this set, or in this box. We did get helped a lot by the regular art Terapagos at $20, so our total value on this box looking at about $97. So that's all the boxes. That's all 20 of them. This kind of summarizes all of them. So we opened up 20 of them. Your total cost at wholesale to open up 20 booster boxes, if you have a business or if you have a relationship with a distributor and you can buy boxes at wholesale prices, you're looking at about $1,800 of an investment that you're going to spend on those 20 booster boxes. Roughly $90 a booster box. You might get less if you've got a bigger storefront. You might pay a little bit more if you've got a smaller storefront. So I just kind of went in the middle. $1,800 for your total cost at wholesale. Total cost at market right now between $105 and $110. I just put $105 for every booster box as far as the market price goes. So 20 boxes at $105 a piece. You're looking at about $2,100. Your total value that we pulled out of all the ultra rares, you're looking at $2,784 worth of value. That means your total profit, if you subtract your cost from your total profit or your total value, you're looking at about $984 of profit at wholesale and about $684 worth of profit at market price. Now remember, it's important worth noting that this is also based off of pre-order pricing, so this is going to change a lot really quickly. And again, this is not factoring in any expenses, any shipping costs, or anything like that. So you see, I talked earlier about Facebook, a lot of people blowing out all these Stellar Crown singles right away. You go on Facebook and you go on Burbank City, you see all these posts with just giant amounts of singles from Stellar Crown, people trying to move them while they can before the prices fall. Once you factor in expenses, once you factor in price drops, things like that, it's not worth it at all. Your best box in the set, that $323 box, that was the one featuring the special illustration rare Terapagos in the Area 0 Hyper Rare. Our worst box was $64. I think that had that Metacham and Kofu, and that was pretty much it. Your average box, looking at about $139.20. This is going to go down significantly and probably be closer to $90 within a week. So if you want to save the video or save this slide or look at this slide in a week, I bet you things are going to change super quick, and we'll go over price changes and things like that after the set releases. Very cool set. We'll talk more about the master set this upcoming Thursday and kind of go over the highlights, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, things like that in the set. It's a really cool set. Definitely a good filler set for the time being until we get Surging Sparks, which looks like it's going to be very good, and then moving into next year. The good thing was it didn't take too many packs to master, not as many as Shrouded Fable, way less than Twilight Masquerade, thankfully, but a lot more than Obsidian Flames. I've seen a lot of people compare this set to Obsidian Flames. It is very similar as far as set size goes, but that's pretty much it. Pull rates are going to be vastly different than what we saw in Obsidian Flames. Gone are the days where it will only take you 7 booster boxes to master a set in Scarlet and Violet. It's going to take you a lot more than that, even if you pull perfectly. So things have just changed. It just is what it is, I guess, at this point in time. Pull rates completely different than what they were. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a really long way for the algorithm. But most importantly, thank you just for taking the time to watch and listen to me ramble about this stuff. I love this stuff. I love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with the stream. Thursday with another video. Until next time, peace.